Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the market. So a bit of an odd start to the day with data pre-market. We had an all-out dump on SPY, dropping $3 or $4 in 5 minutes. I haven't seen that excessive of a dump in one 5-minute candlestick in a very long time. And it led to really nice oversold conditions. So we knew to be looking for a bounce to head into the morning, but certainly could not have anticipated that the bulls were going to see a 2.5% bounce from that low and stay in control the entire day. So we did have a daily inside bar bull break, and that occurred down at 266.62, and as soon as that level breaks, the bulls saw big time follow through, $3 to the upside, and that was a really nice signal to use. But again, it was a little bit hard for me, admittedly, to shift mindset from that all-out dump and assume that the bulls were just going to be able to run away with it today. So I was definitely scaling back my trading in that environment, but there was obviously significant bullish follow-through at the end of the day. So tomorrow and the rest of the week, it is all about this resistance level, 272.36. That is the high of the last bounce. Anything under that level is just another lower high. If the bulls are able to break that level, we will then look for higher lows and higher highs and continued recovery, because that will show significant follow through breaking resistances. If we cannot break that level, we will look for the lower high to form on the daily, and we'll look to consolidate and build a base of support probably in the mid to lower 260s. We'll have to take it one day at a time, but it's all about resistance, and the bulls have their sight on that resistance with a strong close at the end of the day. Weekly chart inside bar is pretty much a guarantee at this point, and we'll have to be watching how that inside bar breaks next week, and that will give some more clarity in terms of the longer term time frames, and most individual names have weekly inside bars forming. Looking at the Dow, we have a follow through inside bar bull break occurred at 24,705. Same thing, but the resistance here is 25,294. So anything under that is a lower high, a little bit more work to do for the bulls to get back to that level. And same thing, if we can't break it, we'll look for a pullback and a higher low to attempt to be established in the low $24,000 range. An inside bar on the weekly time frame, very likely to form, and we'll look for a break of these weekly inside bars next week. IWM broke the high of last week's bounce attempt. That is notable. So we hold the 200-day moving average, we break the lower highs. So now the bulls' next resistance after the high of today is 153.79. And the bulls are going to be looking for higher lows and higher highs to follow through with this bounce, because we have broken the lower high pattern. So that is a significant first step in the recovery. And obviously at this point, the bounce has in all of the markets has been significant enough that, right now the market isn't too fearful, and we'll look at the VIX here in just a moment to show us that. The weekly time frame inside bar likely. We're back testing middle Bollinger Band resistance. That's 151.64, and we'll see if we can get a break of that level and a close over it, ideally for the bulls, but not essential. We'll see how the inside bar breaks next week. So VIX is dumping. Inside bar bear break right at the open, and we gave back a significant amount of the move. So from the high, we have now given back 60%. The bears are loving that. And if we were directly inversely correlated to SPY, we would not have broken the support yet, because SPY has not broken this resistance. So the low of February 7th is the high that the bulls need to break from February 7th. So if we were directly inversely correlated, this support would still be holding. So the fact that we have a daily lower high and lower low means that VIX is more bearish than SPY is bullish, if that makes sense. So just seeing a lot of profit taking and seeing the effects of that short squeeze really lose a lot of momentum, and there's not much fear in this market as of where we stand right now. That being said, I do expect, like I said, another bounce and another pullback in these markets to establish a higher low on the daily time frame, and we'll be looking for that end of this week or early next week. But again, not going to fight this trend until we start to see some signs of weakness on the shorter term time frames like the hourly chart. So next support down here on VIX, we're at the middle Bollinger Band. I'm looking down at 1680, and as far as the weekly chart goes, inside bar is likely unless we break 1680, and then we don't have an inside bar. But just another example where we have a significant bull move, and there are traders in this market who this is their ATM machine, enter long-term VIX or UVXY puts And usually UVXY for that time decay. That's the other factor. If you're a leveraged ETF, you have time decay as well. So long-term UVXY puts, and anytime there's a major spike like that, or like this, entering that position and, you know, just letting it ride longer term as the overall market remains in a bull trend, that's a strategy that a lot of traders utilize. And certainly Chart Guys James does that a lot. And this was another scenario where things got extreme and fear was at its highest. That was the direction to be looking. So I appreciate you all watching. We'll see how tomorrow goes and whether or not the bulls are able to break their resistances. Have a great night. See you soon.